So, fun fact about Jaclyn, she shreds on the slopes. This is something a lot of people don't know about you, I think, and she's just an amazing snowboarder and, like, highly competitive as a human, and I feel like that's maybe not the most known thing about you.
Oh, that was really positive. Normally they're so mean.
Oh, yeah.
What a great
shreds.
start.
She shreds.
Snowboarding girl. Let's roll the intro.
Welcome back to Poddy Talk, the podcast where we shit talk ourselves.
Spread love to each other, apparently. Welcome back to another episode, guys. We're on episode 9.
No, you didn't do. I'm Jack.
Oh, I'm Jack.
And I'm Tor.
And today, I am back from South Korea.
You gotta tell me everything.
I barely survived a cold on the way back. I had a great trip. I was there with Amore Pacific, which is a skincare brand, and they have a bunch of other brands as well. And I totally dove into the world of K-beauty and K-skincare. And it was the most fun just because I'm so fascinated by skincare and the science behind it. And we got to learn about the products, and we literally went to the green tea gardens.
That's
where
sick.
They source their green tea, and it was honestly so cool. But it was also the longest flight that I've ever been on.
Right. And we're kind of dedicating this episode to you because the last episode I went on and on about a million stories about myself.
I get to talk all about myself
today. You get to talk about you. So how did Asia hold up to a lot of the other places you've seen in the world? Did you like them?
So I had never been to Asia before, and I had always had Japan on my bucket list. And South Korea is right by Japan. It's another island. So I was this is going to be similar, I think,
vibes.
Similar, temperature, same, similar idea because it's on an island, similar flight distance. So I was super stressed out about the flight at first, and you've done Asia before.
Yeah.
And you were saying that the flight, you didn't hate it, but...
Well, I flew economy, you flew first class, so different experience altogether.
Wait, how did you find that?
Horrible. My feet were, up against the... And I'm small. I'm 5'1", so I don't know how a tall person or a tall man
does it
in economy.
You must have such back pains.
This was a trip Adam and I were taking together, and I was paying for the whole thing, so I was I'm absolutely not coughing up the cash to fly first class.
No, to be completely clear, I would not pay the $8,000
I think it's more.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was so blessed that I was on a trip with a brand. It was a work trip, and they covered that because I'm a very budget friendly gal when it comes to my own spending, and I would never
I would just say it's the last 2 hours of the 15 hours that you really start to go crazy.
Really? Did you get up and walk around on
a little bit? The way there was a little easier because I flew through the night and I slept more, but on the way home, I actually passed out because I chugged so much wine because the turbulence was so bad. So we were probably an hour into the 15 hours and the turbulence started to get really bad, and I basically eyed down the flight attendant, and I just kind of wink wink, put my wine glass up, and he just came to refill it every 5 minutes. No, it was truly bottomless. So Adam laughed because 45 minutes into that I was watching Atlanta, the new season of Atlanta, and I was just out cold for a solid 2 hours, but then I didn't sleep the rest of the flight, so it was kind of the worst.
Yeah.
Then I was nursing a hangover in the air.
Yeah,
for the
I don't
rest
think
of the
I
10
like
hours.
that idea.
It was maybe not my best move, but whatever.
The problem, though, that I was saying to everyone, now that I've done the long flight, and that was 13 and a half hours. How long was the...
Mine was 15 to Hong Kong.
So yours was even worse.
Yeah. And then another 3 to Thailand.
Yeah.
And then another 5 to Bali. And then,
You were just on a plane for an entire month.
On a plane.
But no, the worst thing is that now that I've had such a lovely experience flying first class, I don't know if okay.
We'll never travel again.
I could, obviously. Of course you could do economy, but now that I've had a taste of
greatness, I know.
It would be hard to go back.
Once you've tasted caviar, I don't understand how they settle for catfish. Isn't that the Gossip Girl quote?
Maybe.
It is.
I don't know.
Says that.
I've never had a caviar.
Oh my God. So I was just in Chicago and we did this 18-course tasting.
Tell me about this.
It's really crazy because it's one of the highest rated, if not the highest rated restaurant in North America. It was a birthday present to my brother from my parents.
Because your brother was the one that really wanted to do it.
It's weird because these bougie places like this only accept reservations in even numbers. Come on.
That's ridiculous. What if your family's a family of 5? You are.
Yeah, we are. I know. But you don't want to pay, no matter what, if you sit with 5, you're paying for a table of 6.
But why?
And it's hundreds of dollars to even
rich
just
people things. I
don't know.
Have to be an even number.
That's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. So, anyways, I kind of got a half invite on this trip because my parents were taking my brother, and they're yo, we don't want to pay for the extra seat if no one's going to do it. Like,
so the
no one's
tables
gonna eat the
themselves
food.
just not, like, there's no way they could just slide an extra seat up? Like,
It's not like that. It's like a gallery, and it's very, like, bougie.
I don't know if I like the idea of this.
And then we ate caviar, and, like, I don't even know. Yeah, my parents were like, Tori, you're being very negative. I'm like, I'm not being negative. I just think this is, like, such a strange experience.
Well, like, what makes expensive food expensive? Is it the amount of prep that goes into it, or is it the type
small
of
as well? Like,
ingredient?
why are your portions literally like boulsamouche or whatever the fuck they call that? What even is that? They're like the moushy bouche, and you're
What
like,
is it? It's like before the appetizer comes out. It's like a little
amuse-bouche. Isn't that literally what it's called?
Amuse-bouche, and it's just like a little tasting to get you ready for the experience.
Oh, and I didn't even know. You know how they put like something over the plate to like keep it heated?
Yeah, like a little serving.
Yeah, do you know what that's called?
A hot serving dish? I don't know.
No, they call it a cloche.
What?
I'm not kidding. They're like cloche, and then my mom goes, "Yeah, that makes sense. It means clock in French." And I'm like, "What the fuck does that have to do with keeping a piece of plate?" Oh, and get this, it like really lights up. So we're like waiting to eat, and then it goes bum ba ba, and it's literally like you're in an episode or in the film Beauty and the Beast, and it goes oh, and then literally like the plate lights up, and everyone's plate. There was like 12 people in the gallery at that time.
Oh, you don't even have a private room for the money you paid?
No, you're not in a private room, but it's like this whole performance. They move the tables, things catch on fire. I mean, it's like, it's wonderful, but I'm being more negative just because it's like...
It was coming out of your guys' pocket.
Well, yeah, it's like it's just interesting, but I mean, really it is a very cool experience, but it's just, you just kind of leave going, question mark, you know?
And just like, what 1% lives like that? Like, do they eat like that every night?
I have no idea.
Like, you left there and you wanted to get a burger.
Or I literally ordered fries at the bar and like got a beer. I was like, I don't know about this.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Did they serve you food when you were on economy? On the flight? I was thinking about that.
Yeah, you obviously get food, Jaclyn. That's the craziest thing
I didn't know
ever.
if it was just snacks.
Yeah, like poor people don't even get food.
I just know, okay, I need to enlighten you about this experience. I was like, also, I'm so like hillbilly and hick, and I feel like I stand out like a sore thumb in these situations because I'm just so like not first class material.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny, and I'm whatever. But they give you like, well, first of all, as soon
hot towels. Yeah, that's the best.
Before your meal, so they like sit you up. They're like, lunch service, and they give you a hot towel. Like they have like a little like clamp, and they put like a hot towel in your hand, which like it cools down immediately. Like I don't understand how that works. It singes the hand.
What is that about?
And then it like
I think
cold.
that every time someone gives me a hot
I'm like,
towel,
how does it get so cold so quickly?
It's literally the weirdest thing.
But then you wipe your little hands, and they put a little like they sit my bed
your
up.
little hands.
You're gonna make me spill this tea. And then I felt so clean, and I was ready and sanitary. And then they sit up my little bed, because you know how it can go into a bed, which that is the key.
Yeah, that's key is the bed, actually.
Like the first class, like what makes it good, it's not like the unlimited like alcohol or the like amazing service. Like that's all great.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can recline and be in any position and just curl up into a little ball, like you can comfortably sleep.
Yeah.
And
the sleep is key.
Yeah, and I'm someone like I can sleep fairly easy on planes. Like I'm an economy girl for life, and I just completely fold over in half and I like die. You've seen
so
me
weird. Yeah.
in that situation before.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Jaclyn's head is in her crotch sleeping.
It's
like
the comfiest.
literally.
Like, I just fold over. I look dead. And I can sleep fairly well in economy, but I'm telling you, the sleep quality.
Yeah, it's
when you're
different.
Up and you know what? It wasn't even called first class. It was called prestige class. So
Prestige Worldwide.
Prestige.
Isn't that from Step Brothers? Prestige Worldwide. Yeah, it is.
I don't even know.
It is.
Prestige Worldwide.
That's so funny.
But then they wake you up and they serve you the little meal, and they even could accommodate vegan on the flight, which I was like, guys, this is too generous. And
yeah, no, it's true. I've flown in the pods before. Those are something special for sure. That's really nice. Yeah. I got on and it was like an 8 a.m. flight, and the woman's like, do you want champagne? And I was like, no, it's so early. And then I thought, fuck that shit, give me the champagne
for $12,000.
I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna sip my champagne at 8 a.m.
Do you think there's people that are like actually I mean, I guess there is a group of people that are buying first class consistently, but I wouldn't be paying that unless it's on a business
I think a lot
expense,
of people that genuinely fly it all the time, it is for work purposes, whether it's like a write-off through their company. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are glamazons that are always flying, but like, you know. It's also, I would say, like, on short flights and things like that, it's, like,
who can
really
justify it?
unnecessary.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How can you justify spending $8,000?
Although I flew first class from LA to Cabo, which is, like, literally a 45-minute flight.
Wait,
and I felt like $1 million. No, but it was like
Oh.
American Airlines, like first class, and it was like really nice. But the flight was genuinely like an hour long.
Oh my God.
Again, a work trip. Like, I didn't pay for that. I've actually only ever paid and justified paying for first class one time, and it was when I went
really?
to Paris with Adam. And it was just because it was the first long haul flight I had done in my like adulthood. Like, I had done like London in my childhood, and like I guess the 7 hours at that point, because this was pre-Asia. That was the furthest I'd ever gone.
Yes.
So when I was looking at the flights to Paris and they were like almost 8 hours and like you're flying at weird times, I was like, yo, I just want to be in first class.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I don't regret spending that money at all. We had a great time.
I don't know.
And like when you're with your significant other, you're just like having a
very much
cocktail and
so
you're
an
chilling
experience.
and it's such a nice, yeah. So that was
don't
worth
know.
it, but...
Maybe time will change me. Right now, I'm like, I could not justify spending it, but that flight was amazing.
I know.
So it's like,
if I were to go back to Asia and if like, I don't know, maybe I would.
We were just so blessed. Thank you, Amore Pacific, for that amazing experience. And now you've given me too much good taste, and now I need the privileged flight life. You know what I hate about flying, though?
What?
Okay, I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've told you about this. I feel like I have an issue when I go on planes. I like get bloated, and then like I get constipated.
No, remember
I call it flight
remember when we were on remember when we were on that flight, we were going from LA to New York for Fashion Week, and
yeah.
I literally stomach, I had literally gas pains deep in my soul. I was like, I think it's called like latitude sickness or something. Isn't this like actually a thing?
Like different air pressure, right?
And like,
so, like
my body like, or my stomach like gets like so gurgly and like, I know it's so weird. My new thing is like I have to always have like ginger ale or something on a flight to like kind of...
Well, my issue was, the first flight I was fine. I was sleeping. I didn't really feel affected from it, other than like dry. Oh my God,
Dryness,
wait. This is what I did. This was prestige behavior. So I'm in the pod, and you know how everyone like says like, oh, sheet mask, you can bring them on the plane.
Oh,
and like do a sheet mask on the plane. I'm like, I would never do that. That's ridiculous. Especially in economy sitting beside, like, I don't know. I just didn't feel right. But I was like, I had a sheet mask in my bag, and I'm like, oh, I'm in my own little private pod. Do you hear noise coming from out of this? Is this like power box gonna explode on us?
No.
That would make for a good episode.
I think it's literally a truck outside. I think your hearing is strange.
Wait.
Someone's vacuuming.
Oh, it's a vacuum. That's what it is. It's the hallways getting...
What are you talking about?
Tori has a theory. Oh my God. I need to interrupt my story right now with another story about you. This should have been your fun fact, actually. Tori goes to concerts and wears earplugs.
The fact that you're laughing and like kind of being an asshole about it is why you're going to be deaf before me, and I won't even care.
I'd rather be deaf and hear my favorite artist.
Dude, literally.
She goes, you can hear better with the earplugs.
Yes. Okay, this is like literally, oh my God, this is like actually a proven thing. So literally the bass, like when you have earplugs in, the bass is actually so much more clear. You can hear you're an asshole.
We were waiting for this concert for like 6 months.
Dude, you're going to be deaf, and I'm going to be singing along to my favorite artist for years to come because I'm protecting my ears. My father is going to love that I am promoting good ear health because he hates when my sister and I go to
the venue, and she goes, oh, here, Jack, do you want I brought an extra pair of earplugs? I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want a pair of earplugs. Like, I've been waiting literally a year.
Protect your ears.
And I'm saying, kids, enjoy the moment. Your ears are going to go
and
eventually.
Guess what? In our workout today, Jaclyn goes, could you hear the instructions? I couldn't quite hear them. Yeah, bitch, because you're going deaf and you're literally 22, so figure it out.
21, actually.
Oh my God, I aged you and you're going deaf.
Oh my God. Yeah,
21 and
that
deaf.
is ridiculous. So full out, she is such a mom in the sense that she will have extra earplugs for other people and like pass them around, and everyone else like tosses them over their shoulder. But I'm sure we'll be laughing when you're 80 and you can hear, and I definitely will have like a bionic ear.
That's what I'm saying.
But yo, I had the best time at the I love when you leave a concert and then you can't hear anything and your ears are ringing.
Who likes that feeling?
It's just like the experience.
And you know the thing about hearing is that it will never, ever, ever come back. Once you've burned and ruined that hearing, it will never return. So have a great life.
I mean, I'm just like enjoying it. Like I could die tomorrow, you know? I mean, I don't want, like, I feel blessed
Cherry.
Did we talk about this on the I can't remember if we've talked about this on the podcast.
Well, we said podcast, you were talking about your early death, and we talked about 504 Cherry, but someone literally got hit, like, last week.
We joke about me having, like, juju and weird energy, and I actually don't even want to, like, talk about this, because I actually genuinely feel bad. This must have been such a scary situation. But I'm in South Korea. Tori DMs me this article. Someone got hit by the 504 Cherry. It got derailed and literally, like, went up on the sidewalk and hit someone. Fortunately, they didn't die.
I think
they didn't even have any, like, I don't think, like, threatening injuries. It was just, like, it sucked because they got hit by a street car. But I think they were fine, thank God. But she sent that to me. She's like, Jaclyn, look at what you just did.
Manifested this bad juju.
I am so scared of my powers. It's just, that's so sad. Honestly, I'm
so scared.
Whoever that was, like, God bless. I'm sending you some love. I'm so sorry.
I know.
That's my actual biggest nightmare.
Yeah, it's scary for sure.
504 Cherry, I don't get how a big, like, the new streetcars are big. Can you imagine seeing that getting derailed and, like,
I don't even know how that happens.
It's like in a superhero film. Like,
well, it was like, it's funny because I feel like Toronto has been in, like, this state of chaos since the Raptors won. It's like almost a little eerie. It wasn't at first, but it also
sort of was.
Did you see the
shrine they made for the coach on, like, the corner of Bay?
Did they?
Yeah, it was so funny.
It was just, it's interesting because I was actually in town the night they won, and I was at a, like, local bar.
Wait, let's explain this for people because, like, I don't think people outside of Canada understand how big of a deal this is.
Okay, yeah, this is
the
like,
Raptors. That's our basketball team in Toronto.
We
the only
literally
Canadian team in the
have not
NBA.
had a team in, like, professional sports win since the Jays. It was the Jays that won last, and I think that was in, like, the 60s.
And the Raptors had never been in the finals before, so even just getting to the finals was a really big deal. Like, Canada was already rejoicing at that point.
Yeah, so the fact that we ended up, like, fully winning and beating Golden State, basically Toronto goes up in arms the night we win, and so everyone leaves.
Wait, were you in the city for that night? You weren't here either.
Yeah, I fully was.
Oh, you were here for the win.
Yeah. So I go and I'm at a bar and, like, whatever, we're, like, living it up. We leave the bar because everyone wants to go into, like, the core of the city, like, right into sort of our square to,
and
like,
also
party.
For context, everyone in the city, doesn't matter if you're a sports fan or not, everyone has gotten on board. Even myself, like, I don't consider myself
it's like
a big
bandwagon thing.
But, like, it's just so exciting and fun, and everyone, young, old, everyone's excited. And
so I start walking down King West, which is, like, one of our, like, main streets, and it is, like, a little eerie and, like, scary because, like, all the streets are, like, essentially closed because the cars are, like, driving.
They can't
honking.
get through.
People are, like, hanging out of their cars, popping champagne bottles. It's, like, a sight you would see out of, like, Project X times 1,000. Like, I can't even tell you the craziness of what I saw.
People were up on, like, street lights,
people had
things.
climbed street lights. People were hanging off of, like, freaking anything they could climb.
They're
Like,
all in a safe and happy, positive, like, community kind of,
like, in the most positive way, but then whatever. So I ended up getting separated from my friends at one point. I decided, I'm like, yo, I just gotta get home. It was a little overwhelming. Like, there was, like, people everywhere.
It's a huge mob of people.
Like,
that is a little terrifying.
So I'm like, yo, and I need McDonald's. So I go to McDonald's, and we're training for our marathon. I was like, okay, I didn't get my run in today, and obviously I'm drunk at this point, holding my McDonald's, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna, like, take my 5K and jog home, like, from the center of the city to, like, the West End where I live.
With McDonald's bag in hand.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, I was wearing a Chicago sweater. No, I was wearing a Chicago sweater because I had just got back from Chicago and I liked this, like, navy pier Chicago sweater that I had bought. So I'm running, holding McDonald's, wearing Converse, wearing a Chicago sweater, and people started booing me because they thought I was American, like, running.
My God.
They were like, boo, like, Chicago. And I was like, I'm fine. I swear I'm Canadian. So I got home, whatever. But then, you know, we had the parade on Monday, and Adam and
I think I need to walk through, because I feel like the moment when they won, that is, like, kind of a moment I feel like you'll, like, retell your kids and, like, remember forever.
No, totally.
Such a history, like, defining moment.
Like, do you remember where you were when Michael Jackson died?
Actually, no. I think it was my friend's Amy's birthday party. I don't really remember, but I remember hearing it.
I remember that, like, so vividly. Like, that's a moment for me that I was like...
Where were you?
I was at Shireen's house, my friend Shireen's house. We were in grade 7. We had a end of year pool party, and all the boys and girls were downstairs, and I went upstairs, and Shireen's mom was, like, at the kitchen counter, like, in tears, and I was like, yo, I'm just grabbing a water, and then she goes, oh my God, Michael Jackson just died. So I then had to go downstairs and reveal to the 20 of my closest friends that Michael Jackson died. So I went down the stairs and I said, guys! And I, like, stopped the action, and I was like,
were you crying?
Michael Jackson is dead. No. Why would I be crying? I was like 13 or 14. Like, for us, I don't think it was more the older generation that, like, it would be like if Justin Bieber had left me. Yeah. Like, I think
Harry Styles died. I would get devastated.
Things would get emotional.
But yeah, no, so what was happening on my end? I was already a little like, I can't say sad because I was so lucky. I was up in, obviously, South Korea, living my best life and having, like, the time of my life. But,
so nice for you.
Love that for you. Subtle flex. No, but then I was like, oh, part of me, like, I'm a little sad that I'm not going to be in the city to experience the energy. Because also, when they win, you can hear, you open your window, doesn't matter where you are in the city, you hear everyone screaming and cheering, and, like, the whole city is literally up in arms. So this is what's happening. We were on a flight. Oh, this circles right back to the constipation story because I was having issues because we were on 4 flights within like 5 days because we ended up flying to Jeju Island, which is like the Hawaii of South Korea. So we were there for a little bit, flying back into Seoul, and we're about to take off. And we have a live stream going of the Raptors, which was hilarious. Like, it was the best live stream. It wasn't lagging. We were fully in it. And we're like those crazy, like, people, like, everyone definitely thought we were, like, Americans on the trip.
Right.
And we're looking at us and we were being loud and cheering and it was, like, hilarious. So we're on the plane and it's, like, literally, like, we're driving about to go up into the air. So we're just, like, on the last little bit of Wi-Fi that we can kind of, you know, get. And I'm not kidding you, there was 30 seconds left. So we didn't know if we were going to win or lose.
Geez.
So then literally it just dies. And like we're up in the air. I'm like, so we're all kind of on the plane like, oh my God, what the heck? Like we're not going to know.
Yeah.
So it was only an hour flight. But then we end up landing. And as soon we're all like refreshing, trying to see what it was. And then we found out we won. So the girl in front of me, she goes, oh my God, we won. Like full out yells on the plane though, which is a little like alarming. And especially.
How many people were on the plane?
Oh, it was a full plane. And a lot of them don't speak English. So they were like, what are they yelling? They didn't realize we were like celebrating. So she goes, guys, the Raptors won. So then like, 15 of us go, woohoo! We're like jumping up, making noise. And everyone's kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah, that is funny.
And so we were like so excited. We were off the plane. We're like on Twitter refreshing, like watching all of the stuff that you were in, the crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone climbing up things and going crazy. And it just truly was like a crazy moment. I wasn't even a part of it, but like even seeing it was like,
no, it's wild.
You feel like so proud of your country.
Yeah, I know.
And
And
your
it was so fun. And then Monday we had the parade in Toronto, so it was basically what did they?
You
coin
also
it?
went to that.
Yeah, they coined it like We the North Day, like something ridiculous.
No, they actually called this day every year
the mayor,
We the North Day.
The mayor.
What is this
They
grammar?
also what is English? No, they also named the street. I don't know if
they're
you
calling
heard this.
it
Raptors Way.
Yeah, Bremner, where the Jurassic
Thank
Park
God,
is.
I don't like the name Bremner. I prefer Raptors Way.
I like Raptors Way
and
too.
anyways,
it's like Blue Jays Way. That's why they named it Blue Jays Way.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so we have a Raptors Way.
That's so fun.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
It'll never get to Leafs Way.
Stop.
We'll see. I'm a Leafs fan.
I'm putting my juju out there.
Right.
Come on, Leafs. Come on, Leafs.
Next year, imagine we win. Anyways, so whatever. We go to the parade. Adam and I go like to the beginning of the parade because we're like, oh, fresh in the morning, and then we'll kind of dip out. And Nathan Phillips Square, which is where it was ending, is where like all the people were kind of like culminating together and like chilling out. Anyways, so then I go home and like I was fine. Like I took photos of all the players. They were like on their buses.
It was like 3 hours was delayed though, right?
It was like so delayed. It was a really hot day. Everyone was like waiting out along University. They got way more people in the city out and about than they were expecting. So it was like 3 million, almost 3 million. Almost 3 million people.
Isn't the like population of Toronto 3 million?
That's what I'm saying. Like it was crazy. So the streets were like all closed. It took them so long to get like literally 10 kilometers. And anyways, when they got to Nathan Phillips Square, they're in the middle of the presentation. And then the freaking guy gets up and is like, sorry, we're interrupting the presentation. There's something very serious happening really close by, and we need everyone to stay calm and like take a deep breath. And I'm watching this live on CP24. Are you not up to date on this fucking news? So I'm watching this live.
The shooting?
Yes.
Yeah. My cousin was there in the back corner.
So then the shooting happens like as they're literally streaming live, doing the like.
I don't think a lot of people knew what was going on. They just saw the back crowd
and people
scattering.
Are running. And like, anyways, it was like horrible. And I only say this because I think it's so frustrating that you can have 3 million happy, joyful people out celebrating.
2 people can ruin it.
2 people can ruin it for literally everybody.
Well, it's also like, what are you thinking? Bringing a gun to a place with so many kids and like, it just, what are you thinking bringing a gun anywhere?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like already that those people obviously are planning something and that's just, that you can't control that. And they're always, sad. It's like so annoying. Like I know there will always be bad eggs and like you really can't control it, but it was just I just feel like it put such a horrible damper on what otherwise was such a peaceful and fun like rally and celebration.
Well, so my cousin Dana, she was in that crowd at Nathan Phillips Square, literally like
trampled.
She was beside the person who I guess like got hit because basically I think someone, I don't know if they got shot directly or somehow.
They got shot.
Did they? But they ended up. It was non-life-threatening, but serious injuries. Fortunately, knock on wood. I mean, no one died from it. But a girl got shot like right beside her, and she's in this crowd. She doesn't know what's going on. All of a sudden, and she's like a huge Raptors fan, was so excited for this day. Her work let her get off for the day to go down.
So crazy.
Like a lot of like businesses were letting people take the morning off to go be a part of it because it was such a huge thing in our city. And so she's in this crowd. She had been waiting all day, and it's like maybe 3 o'clock now. She'd been waiting there for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, someone's like, run, gun, and like so everyone just starts like dispersing, obviously, and like beelining out of there. And she goes, it was so unfortunate. Like, she's okay. She was obviously shaken up because it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's so shocking.
She's like, it was so frustrating because it was such a great day.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-second thing that completely ruined that day and that memory for me now.
I know.
So, and it's just like so, I don't want to say like un-Canadian of us, but like, come on.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It was such a peaceful day.
I know.
And considering the crowds, how no one got trampled by a bus or by the parade.
I know.
Like, there was no barriers. The cars were just going through the crowds, and it was so peaceful, and like, oh my God, it was such a great parade. And
I know, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, go Raps.
Yeah, shit.
Did you see the plant guy got the plant to Kauai? Yeah. He like had a little plant. He's like, gives it to
Kauai. The coactus.
Yeah, the coactus.
Yeah, I love it.
But it was like a little mini one, and everyone was cheering. Oh my God, it was so funny.
That's
and then
hilarious.
Kauai with his laugh at the end of his and all the guys are cracking up.
I loved it.
Oh my God, did you see Kyle with his little kids? He brought his kids out.
Kyle Lowry.
Oh, our boy Donkey. And I was telling my mom that she was dying.
Our
nickname for
we call Kyle Lowry Donkey because we feel like
has
his vibe is very much Donkey from Shrek.
Like, we know nothing about him.
Comedy, like, I don't know, because Eddie Murphy's obviously like hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, there's something to it. And I mean it really in the nicest way. Like, I mean it as a compliment.
I love Kyle.
I also love Donkey. Could you imagine if someone was like, Jaclyn, you're like Fiona from Shrek.
I love that.
Like,
who plays Fiona from
your
Shrek?
Your energy is so Fiona from Shrek.
We're like, Tori, your energy is so Puss in Boots. No, you're Lord Farquaad.
I actually am Lord Farquaad, so I feel
like I'm Shrek, if anything. I'm definitely Shrek energy.
You're Fiona, but while she's
the ogre. Yeah. Monster and ogre, come on.
You're Fiona as ogre, not Fiona as princess.
Make me spit out my tea.
Sorry.
Oh, anyways.
Wow. That is a huge segue, but anyways.
I still didn't even finish my story about constipation.
We digress. Go back to your poo story. I have many travel poo issues.
Oh, we're going to get there. That was the whole theme of this episode. We're like, what should we talk about? We're like, let's talk about times that we almost shit our pants.
I have many.
Whereas actually, I find my struggle often is the opposite. I almost pee my pants.
Oh, like, really? Pooing my pants is definitely more my thing.
I have much control in that area, but the pee, this is my issue. Anyways, long story short, all the flights in Korea, I think definitely...
Maybe we'll get you a diaper.
An adult diaper, that could be my truth. No, but after all these flights, I was so bloated and I was like constipated and I was like, I haven't shit in 4 days and all I've been eating is rice and carbs and like
the
heavy
rice
things.
Doesn't help.
So I started to feel like a little like unwell and I'm like, my pants won't even zip up some of them. I was like, literally had a food baby. But anyways, and it was crazy.
Why didn't you just take a little laxie?
I didn't have laxies on me.
Yo, you've got to take laxies when you travel. Like,
really?
Like, not take them every day. But
Pop on a plane.
I just mean, like, take them with you.
Right. I should, knowing that this is my issue, because clearly the pressure does something to me.
Eat oranges. Fiber's good.
No, I was eating my fruit, but...
You know what actually is so good? I know you would actually be aligned with this. No, vodka.
Oh.
Vodka.
I know you would be aligned. It does make you shit.
Yeah, so, like... I know it sounds weird, but like alcohol or even like...
It cleanses you out the next day. It's like the worst though.
It's like the worst.
Not a good one.
It's like vodka shit.
It's a bad prescription.
I know.
Anyways, I want to talk about your story also about Asia and pooping. But yours was quite the opposite. Yours wasn't constipation. Yours was...
The runs.
Diarrhea. Let's dive into that.
Okay, this
very
story
potty
is
talk.
Like truly so potty talk. Basically, I was in Bali and... if anyone that knows me knows I have, like, a quinoa issue. Like, the basis of Jaclyn and my friendship is that we were on a press trip in Montreal for Oshiega, like, years ago. And I accidentally, like, ate a bunch of, like, quinoa in some, like, bowl or plate. And then they were like, yeah, there's quinoa in that. And I was like, she's like, I'm gonna blow! And I went, like, sprinting to the bathroom, and...
No, we're mid-mosh pit in, like, the crowd of a show, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I think the quinoa's starting to hit me.
We were also doing shots of vodka, so it's like I had quinoa.
You had a lot of issues, for sure,
that night. Then I had vodka.
And then she literally yells at the top of her lungs, I'm gonna blow, and just darts out of the crowd. And, like, at this point, there's no cell service at this festival.
Maybe it's, like, one of those things that you have to be there, but it is really still funny.
We say that all the time. Whenever someone's in a situation,
we're like,
I'm gonna blow.
Anyway, so I was really gonna blow in Bali because we go and I have these like this like chia pudding, which chia fiber. Technically is like full fiber, but it's also in like a very similar family to quinoa.
It looks similar to quinoa.
It's a similar type of vibe, whatever. So I eat this like, and like Bali belly is also a thing, like just eating their
different foods.
Different foods, and you'll kind of like feel sick. So whatever, I eat this chia pudding scenario, and we're like 35 minutes out of where our hotel is. We kind of went down to the shore. We were like near the beach area. And I had like way too much of it too. Like it was like a big portion and I like was excited about it and like ate way too much of it. Anyways, I like actually start feeling sick while we're still there. That's how like quick it like started to take a turn.
And you didn't think,
while I was still there,
bathroom.
no, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I actually go to the bathroom like before I leave this restaurant. I'm like, all right, like that should get me back to the hotel.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just call the Uber, like we'll go. But then I get in this taxi. I'm about like halfway, maybe not even through this ride. And I start to get like really red in the face. And Adam's like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? And I'm like,
I have to shit myself.
I'm going to shit on the side of the street right now. Because keep in mind, like in Bali, there is infrastructure, but like when you're kind of out, we were in like Ubud, like we were like in this area that wasn't fully, I don't know, it's like there's shops and stuff, but there's not, you can't like swing into a Starbucks and like use the bathroom.
Sure.
That's just like really not the case.
Yeah.
So I'm passing like furniture stores and like things like this, but it's all just like open.
Not a public bathroom.
No, there's nothing. So all of a sudden, I'm like, let me out. Like, I'm going to sit on the street. Like, I genuinely was like, this is it for me. Like, my boyfriend's going to break up with me. I'll never be the same. I'll never recover. And luckily, our taxi driver was like, wait, like, there's
Was the taxi driver aware that
I'm sure.
It was a poo problem?
I'm sure. Like, there's no way I was being very, I was red in the face. Like, things were happening. And he was like, wait, like, there's an Esso up the road. Like, just hold on. Like, there's an Esso. And
like,
the Esso, the gas station, would, like, have, hopefully, a bathroom. Oh, there's always a cellular device.
Turn your volume off.
So, I fucking sprint into this Esso. And this is me. Bathroom! Where's the bathroom? And the guy's like, it's in the back. He, like, lets me go. I explode like in this Esso
barely
bathroom.
Make it to the toilet.
No, and like literally, because again, you're in like a third world type scenario. There's like no toilet paper. There's like nothing.
Oh, there's no toilet paper?
No, so I'm just like, okay.
Shaking over the toilet.
I'm like calling Adam, can you buy wet wipes and bring them to me? Because at least we were like in a gas station. Anyways, it was like one of the worst, but I guess now in retrospect, hilarious moments. Like I would never want to relive it, but like, you know, here we are to tell the tale. Like, so bad. And it's ironic because I had a lot of friends that went to Asia and they were like, be careful, you're gonna get sick or you're gonna feel like ill or like all these things. And like, I literally cooked my own chicken on the streets of Vietnam and did not get any signs of like food poisoning or any like flu or anything. Literally, it was just this one fucking chia pudding.
Do you think it was the chia for sure that did it?
Oh my god, it totally was. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The chia pudding.
Because it's like something to do with like the fibers. Like
well,
I know that I can't handle.
In your
I know,
stomach,
and I just ate so much of it, and like
just like, at capacity.
Yeah.
See, I never had a situation where I was afraid that I was going to shit myself, but I've had multiple close calls when it comes to pee.
Oh, interesting.
And I must have the bladder of a cat. I don't know. But I remember one specific time, I must have been...
Pee's a little easier, though, because if you did really have to pee, you could just, like, think about me going, yeah, I'm going to be on the side of the road, I'm going to shit on the street.
I would just, like, take my purse. Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, you need a container or something.
And I wasn't, like, Bridesmaids where there was a dress to cover it.
Yeah.
You know
what
I'm
were
saying?
you wearing? Was it a not easy access?
A white skirt.
Oh, at least it was a skirt.
I mean, yeah. It was fine.
I agree.
To be clear, I didn't have to go on the street, so at least I was fine.
No, I agree. If I had to have one issue, uncontrollable shit or uncontrollable bladder, I would always pick the bladder, and that seems to be my case. Thank God, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But no, there's a situation I'm on the highway, I'm with my mom, and we're like gridlocked, like we're not moving at all. And I'm already like, it started from such a genuine place. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be dehydrated. Like, I'm trying to drink my 8 glasses of water a day. I'm going to just, like, have a liter of water, stay hydrated, you know? But I didn't time it properly. Like, I had it right at the beginning of the car trip, you know? Anyways, so we're on the highway, and I know we've still got at least an hour to, like, until we reach the destination. Or, like, get off the highway. Like, we were so stuck at this point. And I'm like... literally on the highway. I'm like, Mom, like, I literally don't know what to do. Like, I'm going to pee in this vehicle. Like, I don't know what to do. So we have, you know, the little garbage can, like, in the car. So Mom was like handing me that. She goes, Jack, here, take the garbage can, pee in the but it's like not actually a garbage can. It's just like a little container. And I was like, I'm going to have to do that.
Work.
It could have worked. And honestly, that was the backup plan. And so I'm like sweating and I'm like sitting so like contorted and like clenched, so clenched. I've never been more clenched in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm sweating. My mom is at this point yelling at me. She thinks I'm gonna pee in the car. She's like, Jack, don't you do that. Don't pee in it. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know what to do.
That's stressing me out
I
even
start
more.
crying. I don't know what to do. Like, I start crying. I like peeing out of my eyes at this point. Like, I don't know where the urine's going. And I'm just like sobbing. I was like, stop crying. Don't pee in here. Stop crying. Get it together. And so I'm like, Mom, stop the car. Stop the car. So she stops the car. I open the door, run out, and pee on the side of a highway.
What were you wearing?
I think I had pants on. I definitely like pulled down pants and like the longest pee of my life. You know, like you want it to be a quick one and done.
Going.
It was long.
But so cars are now passing you.
So okay, it was lakeshore. So there was at least like some shrubbery on the side of the highway. So I went, I mean, very visible for sure to oncoming traffic, but at least I felt like I had a bit of like comfort.
That's illegal, right? I'm kidding.
What are you gonna do? Like,
I'm kidding.
I understand you're not supposed to urinate in public, but I had no other choice.
Could you imagine if the one thing on your record was, I'm like,
for me just drinking too much water and like trying to stay hydrated.
Sir, I'm so sorry.
I swear.
I almost peed in my car.
Yeah, so that was definitely the worst situation I had been in.
I always think it's that thing too when you have to pee and you're like, I can hold it, but then it gets to that place where you're like, oh, I did this wrong. Yeah. Like, I fully can't hold it.
Well, it's also because the point when you acknowledge that you have to pee, it's already like a little, you're holding it a little bit.
It's already too late, yeah.
And then when you really have to pee, that's when you're in pain.
Yeah, and it actually is like a pain. That's the funniest part.
Wow. Folks, empty your bladders before any car trip. And don't eat chia pudding.
What is your, like, favorite, like, trip that you've ever been on?
One more. I didn't have constipation. Okay.
Kissimmee, Florida.
That was a fun time. We had a great time there.
Margaritaville.
I find it so hard to pick, like, a favorite trip because I have so many great memories traveling with friends or family, and, like, they're so great for different reasons, and it's such a different trip.
Yeah.
I really loved... we did maybe 2 years ago, I think. My cousins all came up. My family normally goes to like California each Christmas, and we go to Malibu and just kind of like chill out and like kind of unplug and recharge, and it's like my favorite time ever. And we brought all my cousins up a few years ago. Well, all my cousins except for Pookie and Bricky. I'm sorry, guys, if you're listening. I love you guys. They were a little too young.
You already told this story.
I know. I feel like we did talk about this. We already talked about favorite trips.
Tell me a better trip then.
But that was my probably like most like meaningful, like sentimental, like just like love that.
True.
But we've had some great... Oh, my God, Kay. I have a story, actually. So we were in Kissimmee, Florida, having a great trip. We were in Margaritaville, which is just iconic within itself, on Margarita Day. But we had a one-day excursion to the crocodile swamps, and we were kayaking in there. So now let me set up the story a little bit. So we get the itinerary about a week before our travels, and I see it come through. And I know Tori. I understand myself. I'd say out of the two of us, I'm the more outdoorsy, more like...
Yeah, I never claimed I was outdoorsy.
What's the guy's name? The
Crocodile Rock. Or sorry,
Crocodile Rock. That's
Crocodile
the club
Hunter.
in Toronto. No. The other guy.
What?
The other guy who's like naked in the woods and like Bear Grylls. That's the guy.
I don't even know who that is.
I'm definitely
don't want to know.
That shows you that I'm the more Bear Grylls of the two of us. Anyways, the itinerary comes through and it says you will be kayaking with crocodiles. And I read this and immediately I'm like, yo, I don't mess with that. Like one thing I will always say is I don't mess with wildlife. Like I don't like to even like, I'm not someone that like even likes to like pet them. Like I appreciate animals. I love animals. Obviously, like I'm very about that. But I just feel like wildlife should be really left on its own thing. And I've seen too many fail videos, too many compilations to understand that you just don't go in their territory.
She literally calls me and she goes, did you see that we're going to be around crocodiles? I said, yeah, oh my God, I'm so stoked. I can't wait. She goes, and I'm, what? You're not stressed out about this? And I said, no, I actually can't wait. Like, I'm so excited.
And
so
I
it was
thought
the
she was
first
kidding.
time that, like, literally we had a full 360 and I was like, yes, I can't wait. And she's like literally shitting her pants.
Well, I just think, and I still believe it was ignorance, which is why you were okay with it. I was like, yo, a year ago
Thanks.
a year ago, there was that story, that horrible story of the crocodile that like snatched a child off.
Yeah, but
Disney.
it's not ignorance. It's just understanding like the the concept in which we were doing it. First of all, it was midday. Second of all, we were with a guide. Third of all, they're not coming onto your canoe.
You're in their literal water beside them in a canoe, which is level to the water. I still can't believe I did it. The fact that you or no one else on this trip was afraid of it, I was like, are these people like, and they're all like city people, and I'm like, maybe they just don't get the like.
No, I think you actually just don't want to admit that you were afraid. And you're trying to.
I can fully admit I was afraid, and the fact that you weren't afraid was stressing me out. I'm like, girl, you don't understand how scary this is. And we literally are
We saw babies, too.
Yeah, which is the worst. Babies and mother gators. You know how protective mothers are? So we're, like, paddling right up to that. I'm like, yo, guys, we should back out. And they're like, let's get closer. I'm like, are you guys crazy? Like, this is... I still cannot wrap my head around that. I'm glad in the end that I did it so I can, like...
Say that you did it?
Say that I did it, but I honestly can't say I would do it again just because, like, I mean,
hey, there's so many other things in life that you would do that I'm afraid of, so maybe that's just one of our...
I just don't get how you're still okay. Like, that blows
I'm actually
my
still...
mind.
I would do it again today. And
kayaking right beside a ton of...
Yeah.
Was it gators or crocodiles? Gators.
Gators.
Yeah, crocodiles are in, like, Australia, right?
Yeah. Well,
oh my god, my towel.
You know what it is? Roses and thorns time.
I'm so sorry if I just flashed half of our viewers. How is your towel so up?
Because I'm a pro.
I'm like falling apart.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, catch us on YouTube.
Yeah, if you guys aren't watching the video versions on YouTube, you guys are missing out. But also, we love that you're listening on the
Apple
podcast apps.
Or the podcast apps. So...
Roses and thorns.
Rose, go ahead.
I was actually watching the Kardashians the other day, and they do peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
Peaks and pit. Oh, peaks and pit, which I'm like, yo.
Wait, okay, let's peak and pit it today.
Peak and pit. But then there's no rosebud. I don't like theirs as much.
No, we're just going to do peak and pit.
Okay.
And just one.
Peak, we went to a boxing class this morning.
That was going to be mine!
Well, no repeats. I said it first. And I hadn't worked out in like a good week and a half. Yeah. Especially from traveling. I was so sick once I got back. I literally just, I think, sweat out every disease I had. So nice. I feel good. Just one peak and one pit. Okay. Yeah. And then a pit is... I'm officially moving this weekend, but I'm still not packed. Clearly, as you can see, this closet is fully packed.
Peak, I hired a cleaning lady and she's coming today. I'm literally so stoked about this. I feel like ridiculous. Very adult to be like, yeah, like help me clean my tub. Cause like that's just, I can't like get in there the way professional cleaning people do. They just do such a good job.
That's my mom. I'm just gonna call my mom over and be like, Mom,
that's
can
smart.
You clean it?
Yeah, good idea. And then my pit, I guess I would say, wow, you know what? I'm just having a great day.
You have to say a pit. You have to say a pit.
Really? Okay.
You have to.
My pit is... My eye is giving me some situation right now. Like, No, but I keep blinking and it's like...
Oh, your left eye is drooping more.
God damn. Can you... Seriously?
Or not your left eye, that left to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is the one that hurts.
That one's, like, hanging lower.
Jesus Christ. All right, well...
We need to go inspect Tori's eye and go take her to a doctor, but we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Thank you so much for tuning into episode 9 of Poddy Talk, the podcast where we shit talk ourselves.
And talk about when we shit ourselves. Did that work? That could be the new slogan. Welcome back to Poddy Talk, the podcast where we shit ourselves. Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great day.
Keep blowing.
I'm gonna blow!